So, good morning and welcome back to another session. I hope screen would be visible to all of you. Here is my screen. Let me make it big. And we continue with yesterday's discussion. Let us see where is our PPT. Okay, here is our PPT, everybody. I hope it's visible to all. So we have been talking about qualitative and quantitative research. A lot of people in India, they prefer to go for quantitative research, and a lot of people they go for qualitative also. Um, so here we were from current slide. Yeah. So here you see on the one side, we have been talking about quantitative research. On the other side, qualitative research. Now, if you propose a particular phenomena, you describe a particular phenomena, particular event, or you develop a logic, particular theory, it's all about qualitative research. It's all about qualitative research, a new phenomena, or you propose a new stimulate. So you propose some new relationship, new logic, new argument. So that is under qualitative. Now, suppose you wish to see up to what extent that particular logic argument is relevant or not relevant in a particular context. So that would be you need to collect data, develop hypothesis, and then approve or disapprove the theory, logic, or argument. So that is something which may be weird for all of us, that what is this logic, what is this argument, why we need to talk about theory, and why we need to collect data and test the hypothesis to approve and disapprove the logic, argument, and theory. So basically what happens in social science, um, we study human behavior. We would like to study human tendency. For example, let me give one example, it will make you more clear. Just think of uh, the performance of individual when they work in a group in a particular organization. So we are talking about performance of people in an organization. So one side, performance is something, I don't know how to measure it. Would you like to measure it in terms of product they produce, or kind of the cost and profit, in terms of cost and profit, the investment we make in among individual in an organization, right? So we have different parameter to see the performance of individuals in an organization. So this is one variable. Second variable, employees engagement in an organization. So we wish to understand that when we have these kind of two different variables, related or not related at all to each other, so somewhere we'll see that, yeah, employees engagement and employees performance are related to each other, they have some kind of association. So my question to all of you, just think about it. Do you feel, and you need to reply quickly, everybody, do you feel that if you engage employees more and more, their performance would be more, right? Is this kind of relationship you see? Or it could be a reverse also. The if performance of the employees is high, it is because of high engagement of employees. So is it true that you engage more and more employees, right? And as you engage more your employees performance would be high. So do you think that it really work if you engage your employees, they will give you more performance, their performance will increase? So what is your opinion? Please reply me quickly, everybody. In general, what is your opinion? Please unmute your mic quickly because we don't have much time. Go ahead, everybody. I mean, a simple rule that yes, If you engage more, performance would be obviously more. Yeah. Who would like to speak? Unmute your mic and tell me because I'm not able to see you. Yeah, speak please. Unmute your mic quickly, everybody.
Yes, sir, it would result in high performance as
Okay.
it
So this
gives
is
a motivation to employees.
yeah, very good. So this is very simple rule. Here, everybody would be agree with this. As you give motivation, incentives, you will engage more and more employees, and performance would be high. So this is simple a logic. This is some simple a human tendency. If you want them, if you wish them to perform better, you need to engage them with the help of some incentive. Thank you very much. So this is a general concept. Now, is this concept applicable in each and every organization? So for that, we need to collect data. So on the one side, a theory says more and more people you engage more and more, the performance would be high, right? But we need to test this particular logic in a different organizations. So we collect people information that okay, you work here for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, and do you think your performance has gone up? So just think of teaching and learning. If you if just think of Dr. Pushpender Kumar, if you give me a chance to speak from 9 o'clock to next 6 hours continuously, what about my performance? Will it move? Will it boost or will it come down?
Yeah,
So
it
it will
would
come
come down.
down.
Come down, right? So here, engagement, as you engage more and more professors, teacher, obviously, because this is totally different. I mean, here, if you engage me more, my performance will start coming down, diminishing rate of return. You will see soon. So that's why we are not supposed to teach more than 3 hours in a day, right? Because when you teach, your mind, you need to speak, right? When you speak, you need to think, and it's very rigorous job. Teaching is art, believe me. Teaching is an art, and it comes when you got experience. So here, because you need to engage your student, and you need to find out solution if you ask something. So here it's very important engaging your student to create interest, have a lot of creativity, talk to them, engage them, sometimes have fun in the classroom. So that is something, presence of mind, sense of humor, a lot of things work together. A lot of things work together. If you apply the same theory over here, will it work? So you all said no. So that is what we are working. We are collecting data from different groups, different organization to test the theory, test the logic, test the argument. So now with this example, I hope qualitative and quantitative research is clear to all of you, right? Here next, let us move further. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Longitudinal, is it visible, everybody? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Longitudinal research, in this research, phenomena or people are studied at more than once in time in order to answer the questions. So there are a research where today we'll collect data, and after some time again you will collect the data from the same respondent. For example, you joined this college last year, you will pass out next year. So when you join this college as a first year student, fresher, we collected data from you, your perception, your attitude. And when you are about to pass, we collect again data after 3 years. And now, so this is what, or maybe annually, because you would be with us for next 3 years, annually we collect data from you to see what kind of changes, what kind of learning you have had in these 3 years. So when you join us after 1 year, after 2 year, after 3 year, so we have collected this kind of information. So it's not just once we have collected, but we collected it from time to time. So more than once in a time in order to answer the questions. In longitudinal research, dependent variables are measured at later point of time than the independent variables. We'll talk about what is this dependent and independent. For example, uh, demand of a product is dependent on what? Anyone?
Supply.
Supply and
Advertisement.
advertisement. Price also,
Price also.
right? Yes. So demand is what? Dependent variable. Others are independent variable. Is it okay, everybody? Okay. Now, for example, a marketing manager wants to study the pattern of sales quarterly in next 1 year. In this type of research, data is collected at different point of time. So how many times a person will be collecting data? Tell me, with this, according to this example,
Quarterly,
how many times in a year?
Hmm.
Four
four
times.
So
times.
4 times.
4 times. Thank you very much, everybody. So following are the different forms of longitudinal research. First, panel study. So it is the most powerful research as researchers conduct the research on same people. So the sample would remain same, like you guys would remain same first year, second year, third year. So it is the most powerful research as researchers conduct the research on same people across different time points. It includes analyzing the same target sample over the period of time, like studying the before and after. For example, um, I generally this happens when you're suffering from fever and one intervention has been made that we give you some tablet or some capsule. So before and after, right, that treatment, you join yoga classes. So before yoga class and after yoga classes, changes in your personality, right? So and before and after training, before and after development program. So we have a lot of we have organized student development program, faculty development program. So before and after we see what kind of changes in terms of learning, in terms of behavior, in terms of personality, in terms of communication skills, a lot of things are there, right? So here you see like studying the before and after training performance of the workers of an organization. The result of panel study is very valuable as it is very difficult to conduct research on same units over a period of time. Generally what happens, you don't find same people again and again, but in this, if you can get a same sample size, same people, that would be fine. For example, today I make a study in this class, tomorrow I make some other people will join or some will be absent. Then we have cohort study. It is same as panel data, but in this research, rather than studying the same people, it is study people who share similar life experiences. So the sample would not be same, but they will have similar kind of stories, similar kind of experiences at a particular period of time. For example, studying the experience of people born in the same year, okay, same month, um, right? So they represent similar kind of characteristics. They represent similar kind of characteristics. So first panel data, same target again and again, again and again. Second cohort study, not same people, but we will make part of our study to those who got similar kind of characteristics. Maybe age wise, maybe some other on the basis of some other demographic profile. So that would be a cohort study. Then we have time series research. It is a longitudinal study in which the characteristics of a population or category of people or other unit is analyzed over multiple period of time. For example, a last 10-year data you have in terms of profit and loss, in terms of balance sheet of a company, in terms of market share, in terms of share debentures prices. So it is a longitudinal study in which the characteristics of a population or category of people or other units, not only people, it may be a data about other event. So over multiple period of time, last 10 year, 5 year, 20 year, it helped the researcher to understand the change in stability in the unit over the time. So generally, we want to see the past trends, last 5 year trends in export import, last 10-year export import, maybe your perception towards a particular event in last 5-10 year. Um, if you see that, what about vegetarian, non-vegetarian in India? Is there any change among people? Are they moving away from non-veg to vegetarian or veg to non-veg? So this kind of data, a lot of companies they collect to see what kind of changes have been occurred, and on the basis of that, they predict that in future this kind of changes would be there. Maybe a seasonal changes, maybe a fluctuation because of long-term changes occurred, like seasonal, like winter, right, or summer, rain, autumn. So this is seasonal, okay. But over the period of time, one cycle flow on the basis of that we have every 2-3 years, we'll see some kind of changes. Maybe people are fed up with, for example, in some states, people they have developed a trend that they don't want same government again, like in Uttar Pradesh. Now you have election, you all have noticed that it is the tendency of, it's a human tendency over there. They don't want to continue with the same government. So let us see this time, will the time series, prediction would be changed or will remain same. So this is
In
what a
time series
5 year
search,
trend.
will the
Then
target
we have,
people will remain same as in panel research?
yeah, here, because here, for example, profit and loss account of ABC, right? So it would be about ABC for last 10 years, 5 year. For example, if you want to study what is the, what kind of profession student of Cororimat College they take when they pass out from the college. So we need to collect data from the student of college, right? Past 10-year information. So here you will see, it's not mandatory that you will collect data from, from same respondent. The respondent vary over here, right? So first year, just think 10-year back. So, but they had a similar kind of one characteristic that they were the student of Karodimal College, right? So we collected data that 10-year back, I noticed that a lot of people, they had just one object that they wanted to do CA or CS. Go after 5 year, I noticed that a lot of people now going abroad for higher study. Last 2-3 years, I noticed a lot of people they are going for their startup ventures. So see how trends shifting from CACS to higher education abroad. So now we want to see overall that what is the percentage of a student, right? They still prefer to go for CACS. What is the percentage? So what, how this trend has shifted in last 10 years. So it's not mandatory that they will, the sample size would be same, population would be same, or sample would be same, but they will have same kind of characteristics. Second example could be one company, we want to see their sales in past 10 year. So company will remain same, right? So we are talking about profit, loss of a company, sales, turnover of a company last 10 year. So we can cover both in this last this time series. So whether it's a same sample that will also work, or a same
So, sir,
characteristics that will
like
also
in
work in time
cohort
series. Is it okay?
research, we would take people on the basis of similar interest, but in this, we would take people
Yes.
on similar characteristics.
Yeah, similar characteristics. Yes.
Okay, sir, can you please show the previous slide of longitudinal again?
This is here. You
इससे
can see I
पहले
have
वाली,
given. Is it visible?
सर इससे पहले वाली.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. This one.
No sir.
Uh, this one.
No sir, इससे
Panel.
पहले वाली.
accessible. Uh, this one, quantitative, qualitative.
सर इसके बाद जो है फर्स्ट वाली
This
यस
one.
सर थैंक यू
Hmm.
डन सर
Okay, thank you. Now comes to cross-sectional research. A research can be undertaken where data is gathered once in order to answer a research question. So here you will not collect data again and again and again and again. Here once upon a time, right? These studies are called one-shot or cross-sectional. In cross-sectional, dependent and independent variables are collected at same time. It helps in understanding what is phenomena now without considering the past or future. So what just one point of time, just one point of time. For example, yesterday, one company they release the opinion poll in 5 states where we'll have election, and their sample size was approximately, I don't know, 20 lakh people, 20 lakh I believe, in 5 states. So this is once they have collected and they have published it. Okay, simple. Not again and again, not again and again. Now, there may be a study that would be exit poll, right? I hope you understand the difference between opinion poll and exit poll. Okay, so here now we have opinion poll before the election. When people cast their vote on the same day, these organization they collect data when the people come out from the election booth after casting their vote. When they come out, these organizations, they ask them to whom you have cast your vote. So they reply. So on the basis of that, whatever response we get, that is called exit poll. But before election, we collect information from people and talk to them, who you feel would be the next party, whom you want to cast your vote. So that is what it's a. But a lot of people say that these information or these kind of opinion poll are not reliable because 20 lakh people is a very small kind of sample size, very small sample size. So this is what, suppose I want to make a study with you all. How is your experience in terms of online teaching and learning, right? So I will be collecting data, not again and again, again and again, just one point of time, one point of time. So that would be a cross-sectional research. For example, an MNC desirous of investing in research for a new mobile phone conducted a survey among young college students to see what features they would like to have in their mobile phone, right? So simple. So that is just once you collect data, you want to know the characteristics of a particular product, event, or a particular phenomena. So I hope this is clear longitudinal and cross-sectional research to all of you. Let me move further. If you have any question, you can unmute your mic and ask question. Let's move further. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit fast because we need to cover that this today. Fundamental research, a basic research or academic research or pure research is to find out reasons for the happenings of a particular event, process, or phenomena. So what are the reasons behind this? So if you want to know about particular event, about particular phenomena, or a process, that would be a fundamental research. It explains the world around us. It is not linked with solving immediate problem and designing solutions, but to understand some natural phenomena or to generalize the problem and a situation. So here it's basically digging more and more to find out or explain, right? But it's not about designing solution, right? But it's about understanding the natural phenomena or generalize the problem, right? So let's move further. The basic research help in designing the basis of applied research. So fundamental research, it's a basic research. And why we do this fundamental research? To find out the reasons for happening of a particular event, why this is happening. Just want to understand it. For example, fundamental research will talk about uh, there is a big concern nowadays that we have National Education Policy 2020. And on the basis of a survey which was conducted in 2018, it says that approximately 40% student, those who got enrolled in a primary education, uh, they drop out. Approximately 40 to 45 students, percent of student, they drop out uh, in next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, right? It's a big concern. It's a big concern. So what is the reason behind that? We want to find out the reasons for why this is happening, that why a lot of students they drop out. So that would be a fundamental research. Now let us move further and see what happens in applied research. We'll talk about that. So this fundamental research, it helps in enhancing fundamental knowledge about the social world. So this is a social problem, I hope you understand. It is the main source of scientific ideas and ways to think about social events. The scientific community is primarily audience. Now, characteristics of fundamental research. It's a conceptual generalization, define the basic process, collection of basic facts, explain why events happen. Very simple. Now comes to applied research. Applied research aims to solve a problem and find out solution. Can you think of a solution of this problem? Why, if suppose fundamental research, on the basis of fundamental research, we found that a lot of students they drop out, they were not able to continue. So now we are looking for applied research. So what may be the possible solution? Because you have been a part of education system, you know a lot of things in education. So if we move a bit ahead and go for applied research, so here we are trying to solve a problem and find a solution that helps humanity. So that would be a big help for the humanity if we sort out this problem. So research will help in understanding impact, relation, association among different variables like socioeconomic. So will it be a kind of concern these students they drop out, they don't continue their study because of economic problem or some social foundations are there? Is it a human tendency or human behavior? So these all are, part of this applied research and a market research. So that would be a solution oriented. So the main object of this research is to test the theory, often generated by basic research. There would have been some theory why student drop out, right? Someone would have created that theory. That may be because there is a theory that if you have more and more, please mute your mic, everybody. If you send your children to school, then who will take care of family in terms of income? So these children, they are actually a source of income, right? So that may be one theory that you don't want to, compromise with your economic status, and you want to continue with food, shelter, and clothes, and so that's why you don't want to send your children. Second theory could be that I read somewhere that a lot of people come to school, but there is no learning. Second theory, right? I don't know whether you agree or not. So that was some international theory. Theories say that a lot of people come to school, a lot of students come to school, but they don't want to continue their education because they feel there is no learning in schools. Third could be that we all are afraid, we are all are scared of teacher, we all are scared of schools, mathematics, so we don't like, right? So this national education policy has taken care this different theory, but these theory are really relevant in schools when we collect data and talk to people, or still relevant or not relevant at all. So for that, we need to collect data. So applied research generally offer practical result, practical solution. Business organization, government, educational institution, social service organization, and hospital conduct applied research and take decision on the basis of findings. So here's the difference. You can see basic research, applied research. So user, scientific community, applied research, researcher, participants, non-researchers, right? So here you can see priority would be finding out the truth, and here relevance of the study, resolving a problem, creation of knowledge. So these are the different issue and different point. This conceptually we'll discuss tomorrow, right? So if you have any question now, because we have discussed very important issue, so you can ask.